Hello and happy Wednesday. Glad to be with you. As I got dressed this morning and came downstairs, Lisa looked at me, and the first thing she said was, "Oh, must be a Wednesday because you've got your midweek report flannel shirt on." And yeah, I wholeheartedly admit to the fact that this must be getting quite predictable for all of you that have been watching each midweek message and seeing that I have this plaid flannel shirt on, which I have to also confess to you is completely accidental. It does have a commentary on the wardrobe that I carry with me. I really thought we were done with flannel shirts a couple days ago when it was so warm and nice out here in western Pennsylvania, but it was cool enough today that I threw one of these on, and again, it was completely unconscious that I did that. But if you're getting real sick of seeing Reverend Dykstra in a different flannel shirt every Wednesday, my apologies to you. Again, completely accidental. Wanted to just share a couple things with you. One is that, again, we're going great guns as far as the food drive here is concerned at Pigeon Creek. Lots of folks have responded, and so we have a nice haul to bring to the local food bank soon. But we're going to hold off probably for another week and a half, probably at the end of next week or even the week after. We'll compile everything and then bring it to the food bank. So if you have some food items that you haven't been able to get to the church yet, there's still time to do that. There probably isn't really much time to donate to the deacons' cheer baskets. We're going to compile them and put them together on this Saturday, the 23rd, and deliver them on the 23rd. And if a couple of them can't get to the folks till the 24th on Sunday, then we'll do that. But a crew of folks, of faithful deacons and a few elders too to help out, are meeting on Saturday morning. If you do have something that you want to try to get down to the church before then for the cheer baskets, and again, we're looking at about 30 items to have to fill the bags, then please get that down here by Friday, 2 days from now, the 22nd. If you have some baked goods or something, then it makes sense that you would be holding off until Friday to get them there so they're still fresh when they get to folks' houses. We really appreciate everything that's been donated and given as far as those things are concerned, and as far as just the church life is concerned. We have been able to move forward and take care of different folks outside of the church and within the church because of the generosity of you. So thank you very much for that. Also wanted to mention that, because so many folks have continued to ask about Ed Reiser. Ed is now in Ohio. Just he and Mary Lee got out there today, I believe, if not yesterday, to take some time between chemotherapy treatments that Ed is undergoing. He just finished his first round yesterday, and will begin again in early June in his second round. Ed's fighting the good fight, as we like to say, and so is Mary Lee, and so are Ed and Monica and the whole family as they see Ed through this tough time. And we know that your prayers are much appreciated and needed at this time for Ed and his family. And I think that takes care of my announcements for today, and just checking in with all of you. If you need any sort of prayers, we encourage folks early on in this self-imposed, well, it wasn't self-imposed, but the self-quarantining that's taken place at this time, encouraged you to share your prayer requests and concerns with us so that we could be praying for one another. And I just want to encourage you again, because I haven't mentioned that in a couple weeks, that it's a good thing to be able to ask for prayers And I know that folks have responded so well in their daily and weekly prayers to be praying for one another. So if you have something, let me know, and I'll pass that on to folks at this time. I wanted to read a passage from the Psalms, and this is from Psalm 131. It says, "My heart is not proud, O Lord, my eyes are not haughty. I do not concern myself with great matters or things too wonderful for me. But I have stilled and quieted my soul. Like a weaned child with its mother, like a weaned child is my soul within me. O Israel, put your hope in the Lord both now and forevermore." I've been struck by how many times in the past couple months I have felt at a loss for words and a loss for rational and reasonable explanation as to why things are the way they are. And if I'm going to be honest with all of you, that feeling hasn't just been recently in the past couple months. There have been many, many times in my life where I have been at a loss for understanding and for articulating an understanding of why things are the way they are, why they happen the way they happen, why some people get cancer and some people don't, why some people get cured of it and some people don't. These things are too wonderful for me. But I have found too that there have been moments in my stillness and in my wandering and in my wondering when it's been enough just to put my hope in the Lord and to recognize and see that it's good to hope and it's good to believe even when all evidence and all rational explanation tells me otherwise. So, the message for today is that there are a lot of things that are too wonderful for us to really understand at this time. It's not always a comfortable or an easy thing to admit or to really put our faith in. We want answers, and unfortunately we don't always get them. One of my favorite authors is a guy by the name of Donald Miller, and he's a recent author. I should say recent because most of his writings have come in the last, I'd say 15 years. And one of his first books was a book called Blue Like Jazz. And this is what he writes in it. "Too much of our time is spent trying to chart God on a grid, and too little of it is spent allowing our hearts just to feel awe. By reducing Christian spirituality to formula, we deprive our hearts of wonder. When I think of the complexity of the Trinity or the three-in-one God, my mind cannot understand, but my heart feels wonder in abundant satisfaction. It is as though my heart, in the midst of its euphoria, is saying to my mind, there are things you cannot understand, and you must learn to live with this. Not only must you learn to live with this, you must also learn to enjoy this. I want to tell you something about me that you may see as a weakness, but I need wonder. I know that death is coming. I smell it in the wind. I read it in the paper. I watch it on television. And I see it on the faces of the old. I need wonder to explain what is going to happen to me, what is going to happen to us when this thing is done, when our shift is over and our kids are still on the earth listening to their crazy rap music. I need something mysterious to happen after I die. I need to be somewhere else after I die, somewhere with God, somewhere that wouldn't make any sense if it were explained to me right now. at the end of the day, when I'm lying in bed and I know the chances of any of our theology being exactly right are about 1,000,000 to 1, I need to know that God has things figured out, that if my math is wrong, and that we're still going to be okay. And wonder is that feeling we get when we let go of our silly answers, our mapped out rules that we want God to follow. I don't think there's any better worship than wonder. And he put it better than I could, so that's why I wanted to read that to you today. Sometimes there's just moments where we have to surrender to the fact that we just don't know, and that's okay, because God knows. And if we can put our faith in him and have those moments of wonder where we just look at the world around us, the sky, the beauty of nature, when we can listen to the stillness of our own hearts and our own minds and be able to just thank God for that moment and wonder at it all, that's enough. So may God bless you today and every day. May God give you that sense of wonder and that sense of calm and peace in the midst of it. And may God bless you this day and always. Amen.